Next selection.
I've been next to ya. I only wanna be next to ya. I've been next to ya. I only wanna be next.
A little bit about how you got on, because like now we live in a day and age where in order to get heard, you have to go through like everything. Like there's American Idol, there's Making the Band, and did you go through any of that ringer, like get denied on American Idol or anything like that, or did you go straight the traditional way and like send out demos and get heard that way?
I actually, you know what, there's no such thing as a traditional way.
Okay.
It's all over the place. There's no such thing as sending in a demo and all of a sudden you're famous overnight. There's still a process that you have to go through. Whether somebody hears that demo or not, they may be interested in you, but it's always like it's always a game where you really have to sell yourself as an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Either you have to have, you know, a movement behind you already, or you just really got to wow that person. So, you know, what I actually did was I just worked on my online presence. And what got the attention of Ryan was his friend, Rashid Richmond, hit me up on MySpace.
Okay.
And he said, I like your music. And he said, you should come down and meet Ryan Leslie, and maybe, you know, you guys will hit it off. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know,
MySpace does work, people.
MySpace works, folks. It does. It's a great tool. Don't neglect it. And, you know, so sure enough, I went down and I cut a couple of demos with him, and the chemistry was just there. And, you know, it's been history in the making since. It's been really dope.
Okay. So, Ryan produced the record that's buzzing right now, Next to You.
Yes, and wrote it.
And wrote it. He wrote it too.
Yeah.
Okay. That record, I have to be honest. When I first heard it, before I knew like anything about you, I automatically thought it was Cassie. Like I automatically thought it was Cassie.
Yeah.
And then I did some research and listened to some other records, and I was like, none of her other stuff sounds anything like that record.
Yeah.
So coming out that way, like coming out pop, being introduced that way, how are you going to differentiate yourself, especially with working with Ryan and that's how Cassie came out? Mm-hmm. How are you going to make sure that you're not in that lane and have to stay in that lane in order to like keep
collaborations?
Yeah,
definitely collaborations would be the answer, because there's a sound that Ryan Leslie gives to people, and when I recorded Next to Ya, it was actually meant just for demoing.
Okay.
So I was demoing the record for Danny B. Kane and Sherry Dennis and Diddy's artists, and Diddy wanted that record.
Okay.
He loved it. I mean, the guy went gaga. You know, I saw footage of it actually, and I wish I could release it. It drives me crazy. But there's footage of him talking about the record and how it's a hit and how he wants to give it to his artists, and it'd be great for the girls, meaning Danny B. Kane, and, you know, he's really excited about it. But there's definitely a sound. He gave that sound to Cassie, but, you know, Ryan Leslie told me, he said, Krys, I want to sign you because you have your own identity. I don't want to give you an identity. So, Krys, continue doing what you do. I'm going to produce for you, but continue to write. Continue to work with other producers. Continue to collaborate with other people, upcoming people, and, you know, if you can, with, you know what I mean, with other established artists. So that's what I've been doing. You know, I took his advice and I took it to heart, and I haven't stopped. It's every artist's dream to be able to be so hands-on with your project that you're going to get exactly how you pictured it in your mind to deliver it. That's a beautiful feeling.
Now, is that how you are at Next Selection? Are you
Absolutely.
able to put all your... Well, I would assume that you would, since Ryan like came from that side before he got in front of the camera. So that's good. So it's a perfect fit for you. You're letting it there.
Yes, I'm very, very blessed because, like I said, you know, he told me, he said, even though there's Next to You, that was the introduction. Like, hey, this is the introduction. This is Krys Ivory. She's my artist, and this is what we deliver together. Now, there's more, and it can only get better because we're both two very talented people, and he believes in me, and he signed me because of my talent.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the beautiful part of the musical relationship that we have, is he believes in me as a talented artist, and he believes in me as an independent artist, someone who, with or without Ryan, I can stand on my own 2 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the one who told me, I want to make sure it's like that. So whether you stuck around, whether you go somewhere else, you'll always be with Next Selection for life. but you'll have your own identity. And that's so great. And pretty soon I'm going to be releasing a mixtape called Cherries and White Chocolate.
Okay. And next election is releasing a mixtape?
Yes.
Okay.
Next election.
Cherries and White Chocolate.
Cherries and White Chocolate.
Okay.
And the reason why I called it Cherries and White Chocolate is because it's just an array of delectable deliciousness. Okay? It's mouth-watering. But I'm corny, I know.
No, it's good. No, it's cool. It's cool.
It's just, I wanted it to really stand out. I wanted people to be like, man, this whole album is just, you know what I mean? So.
And when is that dropping?
Very soon. I'm hoping at the end of September.
Okay.
So I'm shooting for the end of September, folks. Shooting for that. But I'll keep you posted. You can check out what's going on. KrysIvory.com, KRYSIvory.com. Twitter.com/Krys Ivory, MySpace /Krys Ivory, Facebook, so on and so forth.